what leaves you is always making space for better. Losing people, losing opportunities, missing out on certain experiences are inevitable parts of life. But you have to develop the mindset that what misses out on you, what you miss out on, there's always a better that's eventually going to come. Always tell people, what's for you, God will not allow to miss you. But, a lot of us, we see people and we see certain opportunities, we see certain experiences, and we automatically assume that's the best that we can get, especially in certain relationships what we built with certain people. We think, this person isn't not replaceable, but more so, it doesn't get any better than this. I can never get this again. And I think when we keep ourselves in that mindset, we'll always want to have what we once had. You choose to hold on instead of actually stepping into and being willing to experience what is. I used to do this myself. Certain people, I've lost various different people in my life, whether it was just me outgrowing them, whether it was us falling off, whether it was a situation happening where they had to be cut off. And, I caught myself always wanting to go back to what was comfortable to me, constantly wanting to go back to, what I always had, certain people and certain things. And what I had to realize is that I was keeping myself from actually experiencing the new people in my life. I was holding myself back from going out and meeting certain people because I just wanted to get back to what I once had, knowing what it had to offer me. And, sometimes that's not even a good thing. Sometimes we're in situations where, it's bad for us, but we think it's the best that, it could get. We think it's something that we just have to learn to deal with. And, it's having the vulnerability to put yourself back out there in certain situations, to get new opportunities, to get new experiences, to, meet new people that allows you to experience that possibility of the better that is out there for you. But if you limit yourself from talking to new people, from, going out and seeking certain opportunities, stop taking certain risks, then you hold yourself back from ever finding that better that's out there for you. And don't get me wrong, I know this is a hard perspective to have, especially when you're feeling the emotions of a loss of whatever it might be for your life, And believe me, I know it's hard to keep this perspective, especially when you're in the midst of losing something, or you're feeling that initial impact of a loss. And it seems like, nothing's going your way. It seems like you lost a part of yourself in a way. It seems like, you just don't know what to do with your life. And it's kind of hard to keep the perspective that, better is to come, and that, there's a purpose for me losing this opportunity, me losing this person. And, it does get better, and I'm capable of recovering from this. I'm capable of moving forward in life from this, because the perspective I had to learn was that, people come into our lives for certain reasons, certain purposes that we may not be able to see right now. We have to go through certain experiences. We have to experience certain failures. We have to make certain mistakes. We have to lose certain people in order to learn certain lessons in which we were incapable of learning before we went through them in the past. Sometimes you got to lose a specific person for the same lesson that they're teaching you. Sometimes you have to let go of certain people because you finally developed the boundary, because you finally developed that self-respect, because you finally chose to choose yourself instead of always choosing them. And that might be the very reason that they lost you. And, now you're becoming a better version of yourself. Now you're learning how to change your perspective. Now you're learning how to learn from your mistakes, learn from certain people and certain experiences, and use it for the better that is to come. One thing I realized is that when I was making certain mistakes when I was younger, and I was learning lessons in those moments, it seemed like the end of the world. It seems like there was no hope for me in that moment. But what I didn't realize is that it was preparing me for everything I had now. It was the mistakes I made in my past that made me develop the necessary habits, the necessary skills to maintain what I have in my future, whether that's people, whether that's, content creation, whether that's certain opportunities, how to take advantage of certain opportunities and make the most out of certain opportunities instead of letting them pass by and things like that. Whether I was becoming more self-aware, whether I was becoming more responsible for my life instead of always finding excuses and always blaming other people. Sometimes I had to go through certain things in my past in order to develop that mindset, in order to develop those skills. And, you may not see it now, and it may not feel like it right now, that what you're going through right now is serving you a purpose, and you'll later on appreciate it. But you have to have that mindset that, something better is coming that this was going to be a necessary part of my life for. I'm going to look back on this current moment, this current situation in which I'm going through, and I'm going to realize it prepared me for the better that was ahead. And, what you have later will always need you to be a bigger and better version of yourself, which is what you're going through right now is teaching you and helping you grow into. The people I had in my life in the past and the mistakes I made in my past, I learned that version of myself wouldn't be able to maintain the people that I have now. It wouldn't be able to be friends with the people I have now. It wouldn't be able to take advantage of the opportunities and use my creativity that I do now, because that version of me just hadn't grown. It hadn't known those lessons. It didn't have the necessary skills, but it was going through those tough moments. It was going through those moments where it seemed like my life was completely falling apart. It was going through those moments where I was losing people that I thought would forever be in my life. It was those moments where, I didn't think that life could get any better than what I had previously had in the past. But, it was the willingness to step forward. It was the willingness to keep trying. It was the willingness to understand that, I'm capable of getting better for myself if I truly choose to change my perspective, if I truly choose to go out and experience life and not create my own limit. I myself have been a person where it's like I've lost certain people, I've lost out on certain opportunities, and I've, made mistakes in certain situations, and I've told myself, I'm never going to find anyone like this again. That was the best and I missed out on it, or I messed it up. This opportunity, I'll never get anything that compares to it ever again. And that was going to be the best opportunity for me. I used to tell myself those things. And what it did was it almost created a limit within me to go out and, meet new people. It created a limit within me to, want to go out and talk to people, want to keep taking risks, because I thought I had already missed out on that best chance that I had for myself, or that best person for me. And when I finally realized that I was creating my own limit and holding myself back from possibly experiencing better, then, I allowed myself to go out and meet new people. And I started, realizing that was a lie, realizing that wasn't true. There was so many other people out here. There were so many different other personalities, so many more things for me to learn, so many opportunities that I hadn't even been presented with that, would put me in a better position than I previously thought. Once I broke out of that headspace, I was able to see all these different things in the world, and it allowed me to, becoming the person I am essentially today now. I think it's so important to understand that, what misses out on me or what leaves my life is making room for better. Because if you have the mindset that what is leaving your life was that better, and that, it doesn't get any better from here, or that was the best, then you catch yourself begging. Then you catch yourself, trying to force things into your life. Then you catch yourself living in regret, living in the past, constantly wanting things to go back to how they once were, constantly wishing you were a better version of yourself back then, so that, your life could possibly be different. You tell yourself all these what ifs. You convince yourself that you already miss the reality that was best for you. You already miss your blessing, or you already miss, the person that was going to be in your life forever, or whatever. When you live in that mindset, you catch yourself, constantly wanting to be in what was and never being able to experience what is. What is what is, and what was what was. You can't change the past. All you could do to choose is learn from it. And, learning from it is what allows you to get that better in your future. The present moment is all we have, and we can't choose to live the present moment reminiscing on what was, and if we want our future to look anything different or anything like what we want it to look like, we have to choose to live our present moment to align with helping us get that future, or bring that future to life, or bring that vision, or bring that dream, or bring those environments and those people around us. But we have to be present enough to make the choices that help us get to that place. Because if you're only living in the past, and the past will constantly repeat itself, then you'll always be in a state of depression. You'll always be in a state of regret. You'll always be in a place of fear, because you're relating everything to what once was, not realizing that you're capable of growing. You're capable of getting different results. You're capable of getting different experiences. You're capable of building your life into what you want it to be. You're capable of, meeting new people that help you become a better you. You're capable of meeting new people who bring out a whole other side of you that you didn't even know existed in the past. You always have to keep an open mind in life that what you know isn't the most that you can know. A lot of us, we have the mindset, and not even when it comes to relationships and, certain experiences, we have the mindset that, everything we know is the correct answer, or is the right way. And we almost become closed-minded to learn new things because we already think we have it all figured out. And that's exactly how we approach certain people. You know, we lose people and we're like, oh, that person was the best for me. We lose certain opportunities and experiences and we're like, oh, I messed up. Oh, that was my moment. I'll never find that happiness again and stuff like that. And it's like we become closed-minded to thinking that, you know, we've already experienced everything in life and that the results we gotten is exactly how life will always be. And so, you know, you have to open your mind to understand that, you know, there could be better out there for me, but I have to go out and take the risk to experience that better. I have to go out and take certain chances. I have to go out and put myself in situations to get different results, you know, because if you only relate to your past results, then your past results are all you know, and you can't think or experience the other possibilities that you aren't even capable of thinking of because you never experienced them. You know, and again, I get it, because when you're in these moments and you're going through the motions right then and there, you know, it's hard to keep that mindset. It's hard to keep that perspective. And that's why it's important that you ask yourself, okay, what can I learn from this situation? How can I learn a lesson from this situation? Or what can I take away from this situation that can help me to become a better me in my future, that can help prepare me for those possible better things in my future? You know, whether that's new people, whether that's new opportunities, you know, all you could do again is like learn from your past and determine how you're going to move forward, determine what type of person you're going to be moving forward. Because if not, then, you know, you'll always live in that past that keeps you depressed, that keeps you in regret, that keeps you essentially holding yourself back and thinking that the best life for yourself has already passed you. But I appreciate you guys for tuning into another video. Hope you learned a thing or two. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.